Hello. Did you see me taking these books from the couch? Yes, I was. Because it is interesting to note that entrepreneurship is not something that is forced on anybody. Entrepreneurship is something that you love to do. You know why? Because there's a drive, there's a motivation in you to serve, not to make money, to serve. And I think a lot of people miss the concept of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is not just all about making money, it's about serving. And that is the reason why I wrote these books. Now, the idea to write the books on entrepreneurship was a thought that came to me when I worked at one of Dominica's leading small business institutions in Dominica. Yes. And having worked there for more than 10 years, I said, but wait, we need to develop something so that persons are able to pick up the document and learn about entrepreneurship. So the idea of don't doubt yourself, just stay focused became a reality. And the reason why I named the book Don't Doubt Yourself, Just Stay Focused is because of my experience, right? At one of Dominica's leading institutions where I was able to attain my associate's degree. And that was not at the Dominica State College. It was called CFOCOL at the time, Sixth Form College, where I did chemistry and biology and use of English and physics. However, the knack at that time was to pass, and not only to pass, but to ensure that we get B's and above at all A levels. So one of our tutors used to inform us that when you are doing something, you do it with all your vigor, you do it with all your strength, you do it with all your motivation. And he used to call us doubting Thomases. Why you're doubting Thomases? Don't doubt yourself. If you know you're doing something and you know it's correct or you know that it's good, you continue with the vigor, you continue with the motivation. And that's where the idea came to me. I say, oh, that's interesting. Let me name my books. Don't doubt yourself, just stay focused. Can you imagine sometimes you are passing on the road and it's mango season? I remember when I was younger, as a teenager, going to Cochrane, and my father had a van, right? And we used to use the van to drive up Cochrane Road. Cochrane Road was not how it was at that time. Now it's much better. But you remember the roads that have the grass in the middle? Hmm? They were not paved. That's the kind of roads that were in Stockholm, not Stockholm, Cochrane. These are the kind of roads that were in Cochrane. So when we pass on those roads and you see those lovely mangoes and you're focusing on those mangoes and you want to, you know, take one of the nicest one and you don't want it to hit the floor. What we used to do, we used to focus on the mango. And when you focus on the mango, you're able to achieve the mango. And when that mango lands in your hand, success. That's exactly what it is as an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is somebody who is focused. Focused on what? Focused on the products and services that they are providing to who? Your avatar. What avatar? Avatar is your customer. That is the person or persons who you have identified in order to sell your products and services to the customers. So, in that vein, I decided to develop the books. Don't doubt yourself, just stay focused. And I was able to develop it in 3 phases as a result of um, the decision by my husband. He said, but why don't you do them in 3 phases? Because there are some people who have already started business, so they already know how to prepare and to launch the business. So if they have done so, then they will be able to buy the other 2 books, which is the execution phase and the expansion phase. But if you're 18 years old and older and you have not started the business, but you have a knack or you have a hobby that you are doing, and one of the things that you would like to do is to start your business, then you're able to get the series. And the series is don't doubt yourself, just stay focused, remove it from your thoughts. And the reason why I have this here as remove it from your thoughts, because a lot of people think that they can run a business in their mind. No, it's in your head, but you have to get it out of your head and put it on paper. That's when your dream becomes a reality, by putting your thoughts on paper. After you've documented it on paper, then you're able to expand it into what you call a proposal or business plan. In the preparation phase has information about the business plan. It gives you information of where to go in order to start your business. What should you engage in? How to develop yourself? Because as an entrepreneur, you have to be able to brand yourself so that when people see you, they say, oh, she's a professional or he's a professional and he means business or she means business. Don't matter your age. Age have nothing to do with your entrepreneurship. Don't let anybody tell you that you have to be an adult or you have to be keen to be an entrepreneur. No. There are many young people these days who are in primary school who are entrepreneurs. Yes, they have little hobbies and they sell what they produce. And that's what I did when I was young. I used to sell crochet. I used to do smoking on little babies' dresses and sell them. I used to work with my mom in order to do ice pops, right? We used to do shaved ice, and I would assist my mom to prepare the juice in order to put on the, shaved ice. And we used to go around the country selling it 25 cents, sometimes 10 cents, 15 cents at that time. I was in the 70s, little child, remember that. So don't ever doubt yourself. No matter what your age, you can start your business. Okay? All right. So if you're 18 years and older, this series is for you. And it talks about develop yourself as an entrepreneur. Why do businesses fail? It's important to know why businesses fail from inception. Why? Because you don't make the same mistakes. If I've already made a mistake, why you want to make the same mistake? You learn from my experience and then you move on. Okay, so that's what being an entrepreneur is all about. It also talks about the process of becoming an entrepreneur, how to set up the business. So there are different things that you have to follow in order to set up the business. It also talks about how to bring on people in your business. You might want to engage one person and then two and then three. So that's how it's done. So you do it on your own and then you're able to, employ others after you have, you know, increased your income from what you are delivering to your customers. It also talks about financing the business and also various standards in business. So you need to know those things before you move on to the next phase. So if you have not started a business, you're 18 years and older, that's something that you can grasp. Then you get on to the next phase. Now the next phase is don't doubt yourself, just stay focused. Note it and work it. So now that you have noted it, you have your business plan. Let's work the business. Let's get the business moving. And what are the things do you have to look at when you're getting the business moving? So let us see in series book number 2. So in book number 2, we're going to look at how to control your business finances. It's important that you know how to control your finances. A lot of people don't know how to control their finances. What do you do? Record keeping. What types of forms do you keep? What type of documents do you keep for your records? Your financial statements, as I mentioned prior, your financial statements are very important. It can help you to analyze whether your business is profitable or not. What are the areas in the business leaking money from your business? Are you mixing your personal finances with your business finances? That's another no. So there are so many things that you need to know about. It also talks about marketing the business, customer service, and technical assistance. There are other topics in there. We can't go through all of them. But at the end of the day, you get the point. Now you've started a business, you're running the business. Now, how do you make it bigger? How do you expand on it? And that's where series 3 comes in. So, series 3 says, don't doubt yourself, just stay focused, just keep moving. Don't stop, just keep moving. Okay? And this is the expansion phase. All right, and in the expansion phase, that is where we focus on a number of topics of how to expand your business. And some of the areas that we are going to talk about is motivation from within, and how to motivate your employee or employees. It also talks about managing your money and investing. If you don't have money, then you can't invest. If you don't invest, the money is going to just slip away. Why? Because you're going to end up spending it in so many different areas and you're going to forget, oops, I'm running a business. And after you've spent the money, then what's going to happen? You don't have more money in order to buy more products. So that is what causes some businesses to fail. So it's important to read the preparation phase. So all these things can remind you that, oh, I'm not just running anything, I'm running what you call a business. Okay? It also talks about how to monitor and how to evaluate. As a project manager, monitoring and evaluation for me is very important. So one of the aspects that I have included in my books is an aspect of project management, monitoring, and evaluation. How to monitor your business and how to evaluate it. And these things has to be done on a very structured basis. So you don't start monitoring your business every quarter and then all of a sudden you're monitoring your business when you want 5 months, then you say, okay, 1 month, and then no, it has to be structured. So if you're doing it every quarter, you do it every quarter. If you're doing it monthly, you do it monthly. So in your mind's eye, then you can see a trend analysis as to how your business is moving, what areas you need to tie up on, what areas you need to spend money on, and how should you strategize in your business. Maybe you might have to do a product enhancement. You don't know. But the only way you will know what to do is if you're able to monitor and evaluate your business. My book will teach you a little more about that. Okay, it also talks about the future of MSMEs. MSMEs meaning micro, small, and medium enterprises, looking at how to plan, how to do a strategic plan. A strategic plan is looking forward. Where's my business going to be in the next 5 years? How do you do that? So it also gives you some, information about that. It also talks about protecting your business. It's important that when you're doing a business, you protect the business. For example, if you're doing books, you look at intellectual property. If you're doing designs, you have to make sure you protect your intellectual property so that people are not able to use your resources, things that you think about, and make money out of it, and you don't make anything out of it. So it's important to also look at your intellectual property and other aspects of protecting your business, insurance, and many other areas in my book. It also talks about how to manage risk. We deal with a lot of risk in life. Okay. So it also talks about this risk and also how to get ready to expand your business and snippets on how to increase your customers and to move your business forward. So there are many areas in my series. Don't doubt yourself, let's stay focused. Remove it from your thoughts. Preparation phase. Don't doubt yourself, just stay focused. Note it and work it. Don't doubt yourself, just stay focused. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. So let's keep moving on the Studentpreneur. And I will be with you every week, every Wednesdays from 6 p.m. on the Studentpreneur.